Dr. Luke Ranek with Living with Motion Chiropractic. Today's video we're going to discuss spinal degeneration, what it is, and why you need to take the appropriate course of treatment to prevent this from happening. First of all, spinal degeneration is another word for arthritis, essentially, the breakdown of the bones and joints and disc in your spine. It's very important. Over rough estimates of $20 billion is spent each year on arthritis meds. It's a huge number. Obviously, it's an issue, and as a chiropractor, you need to educate people that there are things that you can do to prevent this from happening. And even if you do have arthritis, there are treatments that you can do that will provide relief and slow down the progression of degeneration in your spine. There are essentially 4 phases of degeneration that we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you an example of a spine so you can kind of visualize what's going on here. These are 2 examples of some bones in your back. Example here is a healthy disc and healthy bones. You see there's nice smooth edges, the disc height is well maintained, versus this example here. Obviously you can see the difference, the rigid bone structure through here, the decreased disc height. So this bone here, example of an arthritic bone, stress to this area, the spine actually changes. They're called osteophytes. This is going to inhibit range of motion, muscle spasm, pain, a lot of things that people come into the office for. So like I said, there are 4 phases. Phase 1 of degeneration, starts essentially with a minor loss of normal spine balance and spine curvature, whether it's in your neck, mid-back, or low back. The surrounding feature of the spine, such as the nerves, disc, and joints, they begin to basically age quicker because they're continually more stressed. This stage of spinal degeneration is rarely accompanied with any kind of pain at this point, and obviously with proper treatment, there's a great chance that you can recover and get back to the balanced spine and spinal curvature at that point. Phase 2, the second stage here, this is where things start to begin to change. There's often a narrowing of the disc and potentially deformation of the bones at this point. Not quite like the example that I showed you, but those changes are in motion. Your posture is often beginning to degenerate as well at this point. The spinal canal and the openings begin to narrow. There are often significant aches and pains associated at this point. So this is where patients are coming in. They're having aches and pains and they're already in phase 2 of spinal degeneration. That's why it's so important. Just because the aches and pains, people think that's the beginning. Well, that's phase 2 potentially. Anywhere from your 30s or 40s, you can start to have these changes. So you also might have more fatigue and stress are more common to this stage. The good news is that there's a great chance that we can still get you back to where you need to be at this point in the game. You get to phase 3, however, this stage, usually there's a significant amount of physical pain at this point, decreased range of motion, you feel aches and pains through your spine. There's often nerve damage at this point, as well as significant changes in the bone structure and the disc. Stage 3, this is an example of stage 3 that I showed you previously. You can see that it doesn't look healthy. The disc height's really starting to shrink, which then can impinge on the nerves that go to different areas of the body. So at that point, the goal is to reduce the stress to that area of your spine that's degenerated. We need to also look at the areas above and below that area, and then make sure those areas of your spine are functioning properly to take the stress off of that key area, so we can slow down that progression of degeneration and as well take away the pain and aches and pains that are associated with that. Then we get to stage 4 of degeneration. This is the last stage. At this point in time, most damage is permanent, including scar tissue, nerve damage, structural changes in the bones itself. Depending on your condition, surgery may be indicated at this point in time. As a chiropractor, our best option is to help manage your pain and discomfort, along with other physicians that you're seeing who might be needed to do that properly. So, 4 stages of degeneration. Hope you understand the importance. Phase 1, a lot of people don't know that they're having a loss of curve in their back. at that point, it's not until phase 2 that you start to have the aches and pains. So it's important to get your spine checked by a chiropractor to see what your spine looks like, and then hopefully catch you in between the phase 1 and phase 2 where we can start working with you and get your body back to balanced position, and it will down the road be a benefit to you to keep that range of motion and a healthy spine. If you have any questions, please go to our website, www.livingwithmotion.com. You can find our contact information if you would like to get your spine checked out at our office, and we can go through the phases of spinal degeneration if that's a issue that you might be having or not. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.